As fans get hyped up for the release of Justice League on November 17, 2017, the DC Extended Universe is about to get much larger. That film will serve as the catalyst for the future of the DCEU, and there are 10 other films that feature great heroes and can really help the DCEU become a huge success. Before you watch, click subscribe. You'll join our notification squad and be the first to know of brand new content. And can you guess which movie is represented by these emojis? Stay tuned at the end to find out. Also, stick around for the end of the video for an exclusive look at the game Vikings: War of Clans, and even score a sweet sign-up bonus through our channel. Aquaman. Around 1 year after the release of Justice League, fans will get to dive back into the DC Extended Universe with the release of Aquaman. Aquaman has not got true justice on the big screen or the small screen, so it will be interesting to see how the character is brought to life for his own solo film. With James Wan as the director, the film already looks promising, and the Aquaman himself, Jason Momoa, has surrounded himself with a great cast that includes Amber Heard, Nicole Kidman, and Willem Dafoe. The film will introduce fans to a film universe of Atlantis and could really set itself apart in the superhero world. Marvel has not produced anything like this, and the brief glimpses we've seen of Aquaman in the Justice League really showcase the unique powers that the character has. Momoa was perfectly cast in the role, and with no movie releases between Justice League and Aquaman, fans will really be clamoring for another film. There seems to be multiple villains set up in this movie, including the Black Manta and King Nereus. The storyline will take place after the events of Justice League, with some original flashbacks probably peppered in.
She with you?
I thought she was with you.
Wonder Woman 2. After the critically panned Suicide Squad and Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, Wonder Woman was exactly the boost the DCEU needed to set itself on the right path. The first film was a box office smash, and it's only fitting that Warner Bros. Has greenlit Wonder Woman 2 to continue the solo adventures of Gal Gadot. While the first Wonder Woman was more of a prequel, the sequel will likely take place after the events of Justice League. This can put her in modern times and showcase a whole new adventure. The key to this film being a success is the involvement of director Patty Jenkins. Getting her to return is essential and will help make the film be a huge success again. Along with Gadot's return, Robin Wright and other cast members will likely reprise their roles from the original film. You can also expect to see a few cameos from other DC heroes. This may include her Justice League co-stars like Superman, Batman, or The Flash. The built-in audience that loved the first movie will flock to this one no matter how Justice League or Aquaman does. It's currently set for an estimated 2020 release, but no official date has been announced.
My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest man alive.
The Flash. The Flash still remains one of the more popular characters in the DC universe, and a solo film will really give viewers a chance to see his powers on the big screen. With the 4th season of the TV series set to debut, there are millions of fans that can serve as a built-in audience. For the Justice League, actor Ezra Miller is stepping into the role of the Flash, and he will continue that role for his own solo film. It was originally set to be released in the spring of 2018, but it's been pushed back as the screenplay is fully developed and a director gets assigned to the gig. At the San Diego Comic-Con, a brief teaser for the film alluded to the Flashpoint storyline that was featured in recent comic books. This story is much better than the original origin story that got panned and has fans extremely excited for the way that it can turn out. The Flashpoint story involves time travel, changes to history, and a whole lot of high-speed running. The special effects for The Flash have been incredible already, and it will be great to see them used for his own film. Shazam and Black Adam. One of the DC Comics legends is Shazam. The superhero may have helped start DC, but he is not as well known as the other comic book characters like Batman and Superman. This gives filmmakers a chance to make a great original film that builds a natural fan base, much like the little-known Guardians of the Galaxy did when it was first released. Shazam follows the story of a young boy who has the ability to transform into an adult superhero when needed. No actors have been announced for the role of Shazam, but Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been announced as Black Adam, and that has fans excited for the possibilities. Black Adam initially starts out as a supervillain, but he slowly transforms into an anti-hero. This story arc is exactly why Black Adam is getting his own solo film starring Johnson. The Black Adam film will be interesting to see, and Johnson's charisma can really help boost the DCEU. Down the line, it would be great to see Black Adam have scenes with Will Smith's Deadshot, Ben Affleck's Batman, or Henry Cavill's Superman. Shazam is scheduled to start filming early next year, with Black Adam likely to follow shortly after.
Oh my God.
Gotham City Sirens. One of the key elements in making the DCEU a success has been focusing on female heroes and stories centered around them. This is one of the main things lacking from Marvel's cinematic universe, and one thing that DC has thrived on. With the success of Wonder Woman and major praise for Margot Robbie's character of Harley Quinn, Warner Bros. Has greenlit a spin-off project entitled Gotham City Sirens. The film will team up Harley Quinn with female Batman baddies Catwoman and Poison Ivy. Catwoman has been iconic in the DC film universe, played by Halle Berry, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Anne Hathaway. The role has big shoes to fill. Each character has their own characteristics that can make them shine in a group and create an interesting film. David Ayer is attached to direct the film, and it has been called a passion project for both Ayer and Robbie. Along with the three characters, you can probably expect to see a number of other characters from the Batman universe featured in the movie. There's no word yet on a main villain, but the film could hit theaters as early as 2019. It'll be released before we see another Suicide Squad.
I'd have gone with Jensen too, but unfortunately he's busy not being good enough.
Green Lantern Corps. The 2011 Green Lantern was never a part of the DCEU, but it is considered a failure among all of the films. It was a bad start for DC, but they have tried to tuck it under the table, forget it was ever made, and move on. That is one of the reasons that the Green Lantern doesn't appear in Justice League and will instead get its own solo movie to focus on. Officially known as the Green Lantern Corps, this is the film that can do justice for the Green Lantern mistakes of the past. Instead of just focusing on Hal Jordan's version of the Green Lantern, the film will team up Jordan with Jon Stewart as both Lanterns. There's been no casting news released, but you can pretty much guarantee that Ryan Reynolds will not be reprising his role as Hal Jordan. Once the Green Lantern Corps are established, you can probably expect them to join the fray for a Justice League sequel in the future. The film is currently scheduled for a 2020 release date, and more news will likely come within the next few months. The best news about the film, the Dark Knight trilogy writer David S. Goyer has been hired to helm the script. Teen Titans Go. Now the human robot will be getting his own solo movie simply entitled Cyborg. Set for a release in 2020, fans will get to see a big screen version of the robot and all of the powers that he has. We briefly saw his origins during a quick clip in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, but the solo movie will likely explore how his body was destroyed and turned into a superhero version of Frankenstein's monster. The movie has the potential to be a great mix of Justice League and RoboCop. With a mostly CG suit, Cyborg's special effects will be incredible to see, and the Justice League will give a great glimpse into what he has to offer. Along with Ray Fisher playing the title role, the only other casting news that has been announced is Scandal star Joe Morton Jr. as Silas Stone, Cyborg's father. Morton will also have an appearance in Justice League. It'll be interesting to see the villains and other characters that play a role in that film.
Do something! You wanna see something? Yo, yeah, I wanna see something! Yes, I wanna see something!
Suicide Squad 2. Suicide Squad may have got trashed by both critics and fans, but it was a major financial success and a huge hit for Warner Bros. The film had an all-star cast, but it featured a lot of characters in the storyline that is not as mainstream as films like Man of Steel and Wonder Woman. The main problem with the original film was packing in so many characters and stories and introductions. Now that the characters are established, the sequel can have more fun with the story and delivering a solid film. Suicide Squad 2 will likely up the ante on action, adventure, and probably introduce a few new villains that are forced to fight for the better good. The only thing you really need to know is that Will Smith and Margot Robbie will be reprising their roles as Deadshot and Harley Quinn. They had incredible chemistry in the first film, and it'll be great to see them team up again. Batman also had a small role in the first film, so you can probably expect other DC heroes to show up for appearances in the sequel. Jared Leto's Joker will likely return as he helped Quinn escape during the closing moments of the first movie. Justice League Dark. Don't get Justice League Dark confused with the regular Justice League. It's a much different story involving some of the craziest characters that DC has ever created. Like a mix of the Justice League and the Suicide Squad, the film is set to feature a collection of supernatural heroes doing battles against demons, vampires, and other crazy enemies like zombies. Constantine leads the group, the first sign that this film is going to be a huge hit. The character was great on the NBC show and has made multiple guest appearances on the CW's Arrow. Another big hero in the film is going to be Swamp Thing. The monster hasn't appeared on the big screen in decades and could be the Groot of the DC universe. Other characters that may appear in the film include the Ragman, Spectre, Shade, and Phantom Stranger. The film was originally going to be titled The Dark Universe, but Universal stole that from them for their horror monster extended line of films like The Mummy. Justice League Dark will have a lot of superhero elements, but will also blend in real horror to the story. It's a great side project for the DCEU that can really showcase some unique stories and possibly an R rating. The Batman. It seems like no one gets sick of seeing Batman on the big screen, and that is a big reason why Warner Bros. Has signed for a solo film entitled The Batman. Ben Affleck is scheduled to reprise his role as Bruce Wayne in a solo story that will likely send him back to Gotham. Even more exciting than Batman himself is the villain announced for the film. Deathstroke is a classic DC Comics villain that has not been portrayed on the big screen. He was used in the show Arrow during one of their greatest storylines and could be one of the most memorable baddies in the Batman universe. Joe Manganiello has signed on to play Slade Wilson, the man behind Deathstroke's mask. There have multiple behind the scenes for the film, but currently, Matt Reeves has signed on to direct and revamp the original script. This adds a great freshness and enthusiasm behind one of the best heroes of all time. The film will really help establish the DCEU as a powerhouse in the industry and could set the standard for future phases of the extended universe. Hopefully, it will help launch and introduce other films like Nightwing, Teen Titans, and Batgirl. Looking for something to save you from sheer boredom? Why not try playing Vikings War of the Clans for just 5 minutes to see what all the buzz is about? Vikings War of Clans feels like the top strategy games of the last 2 decades, but finally on mobile and in 3D. With massive online clan battles across the globe with over 3 million players, there's no wonder Vikings stands out against the hundreds of other strategy games. Download the game from the links in the description below this video and get 200 gold for the fast and successful start. Well, there you have it. Which film are you most excited for? Which will be the most successful? Are there any DC comics you want turned into movies? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to Screen Rant on YouTube so you can stay up to date with our awesome videos. Oh yeah, and the answer to our emoji quiz is, well, did you get it right? Let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching.